The front door was already open. Jason had one shoe on, laptop bag over his shoulder, keys in his hand. And before he even reached for the hallway light switch, his cat suddenly sprinted into the home office. Not toward the food bowl, not toward the door. Straight into the office. Then he jumped onto the desk chair and sat there, waiting. Jason stopped halfway down the hallway, because this wasn't part of the morning routine. The cat usually ignored the office completely. Yet there he was, sitting in the chair like he knew something. About 30 seconds later, Jason walked into the office himself and immediately realized why the cat had gone there. We'll come back to that, because if you've ever had a cat appear before you're about to leave for work, show up outside a room you're heading toward, or somehow materialize exactly where you're going next, you've probably wondered the same thing. How much does your cat actually know? Because here's a possibility many people underestimate. Your cat may be paying far more attention to your daily behavior than you realize. Not because they're secretly plotting to take over the household, although some of them carry themselves with a level of confidence that raises questions, but because cats spend an enormous amount of time watching routines, watching patterns, watching people. And once you understand what they're actually paying attention to, a lot of their psychic abilities start looking less like magic and more like intelligence. The surprising part is what that intelligence actually looks like, because most people are measuring cats with the wrong ruler. 1. We keep testing cats like they're dogs. When people think about smart animals, they usually imagine obedience, learning commands, following instructions, responding when called. Dogs tend to do very well in that kind of evaluation. Cats, not always, which creates a funny misunderstanding. A dog hears a command and often thinks, "What should I do?" A cat often seems to think, "Interesting suggestion," then continues doing whatever it was doing. That doesn't necessarily mean the cat didn't understand. Research suggests many cats recognize their names. The difference is that cats evaluate information differently. Is this important? Does this benefit me? Is it worth the effort? If your cat ignores you calling their name, but appears the second a treat bag opens, we're probably not looking at a hearing issue. We're looking at priorities. And once you start asking what cats are paying attention to, their behavior becomes much more interesting. 2. Your cat is building predictions. All the time. Cats spend a surprising amount of time observing. That means they notice patterns. Shoes go on, the owner leaves, a cabinet opens, food appears, an alarm sounds. The morning routine begins. Over time, those connections become predictions. That's why cats often show up before feeding time, wait by the door before someone gets home, or head toward a room before a familiar activity starts. They're not predicting the future. They're predicting what usually happens next. From the human perspective, it feels like the cat somehow knew. From the cat's perspective, the clues were already there. Which brings us back to Jason's office mystery, because the office wasn't actually what the cat was tracking. 3. Cats notice tiny changes humans ignore. Humans focus on big events. Cats often focus on small ones. A different pair of shoes, a changed routine, a door left open, a chair moved across the room. Cats rely heavily on familiarity, so small changes stand out. Many owners have seen it. You're sick. The cat stays nearby. You start working from home. The cat changes where it spends time. You alter your schedule. The cat suddenly seems more interested in what you're doing. They're not reading minds. They're noticing patterns, body language, movement, timing, environmental changes. And sometimes they detect those changes long before humans do, which is one reason cat intelligence is so easy to underestimate. 4. Your cat probably knows more about your routine than you do. Ask someone what time they usually walk into the kitchen. They'll probably guess. Ask a cat. The cat probably knows. Not the clock time, the sequence. Cats learn a surprising amount of practical information. Which cabinet contains food? Which room gets morning sunlight? Which person is most likely to share a snack? A lot of animal intelligence isn't about solving difficult puzzles. It's about remembering useful information. And cats are very selective learners. If something affects food, comfort, safety, or social interaction, they tend to remember it. If it doesn't, they often ignore it. Leave a comment and let us know. What's the weirdest thing your cat predicts before it happens? Because most psychic cat stories usually start with a cat noticing clues everyone else missed. And Jason was about to discover exactly what clues his cat had been watching. 5. Cats are quiet problem solvers. Dogs often solve problems very visibly. Cats usually work in silence, which makes their intelligence easier to miss. A cabinet door doesn't open. The cat experiments. A new object appears. The cat investigates. Owners often discover the result long after the learning started, because cats tend to learn through small observations and repeated testing. Can this move? Can this open? Can I get through here? What happens if I push this? Research suggests cats can learn through observation, experience, and trial and error. They just don't advertise the process, which is one reason people underestimate them. The cat solves the problem quietly, then behaves as if the answer was obvious from the beginning. 6. Their social intelligence might be even more impressive. When people think about intelligence, they often picture objects, puzzles, problems, physical tasks. But living successfully with humans requires another skill entirely: social intelligence. Cats frequently behave differently around different people. One person gets slow blinks, another gets play behavior. Someone new receives cautious observation from across the room. Those responses aren't random. They're adaptive. The cat has learned something about each individual: who moves predictably, who respects boundaries, who provides treats, who accidentally creates chaos every time they enter the kitchen. Cats build social profiles, not in a human way, but in a practical way. They learn what to expect and adjust their behavior accordingly. If this is changing how you see your cat, click the button, join us, and stick around. Because the deeper researchers look into cat behavior, the more sophisticated many of these everyday interactions appear. Not magical, not mysterious, just smarter than people often assume. And that brings us back to Jason's cat. Because by now, Jason had finally figured out what the cat was actually tracking. 7. Intelligence doesn't always look like intelligence. A few mornings later, Jason tested his theory. Same routine, same shoes, same bag. Only one thing changed. The laptop stayed in the bedroom. Normally, Jason grabbed it before leaving. That morning, he forgot. And the cat never went to the office. The moment Jason walked back to get the laptop, the cat headed straight for the office chair. Suddenly, the mystery made sense. The cat wasn't predicting the future. He'd learned that laptop plus shoes plus bag meant Jason would stop in the office before leaving. The office wasn't the signal, the laptop was. And once Jason noticed the pattern, the behavior stopped looking random. It looked like observation. Because intelligence isn't always performing tricks. Sometimes it's noticing details everyone else misses. And cats do that remarkably well. All right, I should go. My cat just walked into my office and sat in my chair like he's taken over management. I should probably see how this meeting ends. FurEver.